How do you read me?
Loud and clear, Mills, and welcome back to the Milz and Gryllz show. No one thought we would be here again after that little layoff, but guess what, we are. And I'm joined here by someone that is feeling a bit more crisp than me today, Mills. How are you, Mills?
I'm very well, my friend Gryllz. We've made it another week and heading comfortably towards the new year.
You know, Mills, I feel like last time you heard from me, I was doing quite well. I was training a lot, doing my thing, eating really healthy. And I feel like all that hard work has just been brought down by one belter of a night. Strike.
Yeah.
6 and out.
I have to admit, laugh at our pain, but I did quote me say that I was going to stop drinking, and for what did I say, to the end of the year?
Oh,
and,
yeah. How's that going for you?
Hey, it's not going well. It's not. It's such a jinx. But
yeah, it's never going to happen. Like today, I'm rough as guts, Mills, and I'm saying I'm having a few weekends off, but I know what's going to happen in a weekend time. But in a new segment I like to call Joe's Reviews, I have sitting in front of me, I know I said I was eating healthy, but I have sitting in front of me a large Whopper with cheese meal with a Sprite from Burger King. And how would you like me to review that for you, Mills?
I would love to hear that from you, good sir.
All right. Should I get into it?
Hold on. Before you get into that, can we just say we're brought to you today by Australian Beach Showers? Check it out on Facebook. And Bo Walmsley Roofing.
Bo Walmsley Roofing, taking all your roofing needs into consideration and coming through with not only the safest ColourBond roofs, but
sexiest
ColourBond roofs on the market. And, Blakey Claus is there, Hoysia and the team at Bo Walmsley Roof. Fuck. I think I'm still drunk here, James.
Here we go. Well, one more plug. Bo likes to keep his roofs like his bedroom life. Quick installs and a nice finish.
A nice finish.
A nice quick finish, though.
A nice quick finish from Bo. All right, Mills. So before we get into it, this review is proudly brought to you by Bo Walmsley Roofing, and we're coming live for the Bo Walmsley Weekly Burger Review. I have been vegetarian lately, Mills, but sitting in front of me, I have a Whopper with chips, some mustard, and some tomato sauce. So for all our Aussie listeners back home, you have a special treat. Your boy Gryllz is going to review a Norwegian Whopper for you.
First of all, I want to know, is that with a knife and fork?
Nah, mate, you can't do a Whopper with a knife and fork. I've never condoned using knives and forks, right?
I feel like you do. I feel like you're a highbrow. You're a level above us common folk.
Not today, mate. I'm telling you that much. Not today.
Well, how does the Norwegian beef taste?
All right, let's get into this. So we're gonna go on. So I've unwrapped it. I've done the classic bag tip. The tactic I've gone for today is I've poured the chips out onto the brown paper that I ripped open. I've got my sauce and I've squeezed it onto the side. I haven't gone sauce all over. I've gone a little pile of tomato sauce over the side for the cheeky dip. You know what I mean?
You're feeling a bit shady after a night out. You don't want to commit. You got a bit of commitment issues. You don't want to dump the sauce all over it. Potentially ruin it. So the first thing
I'm going to do is take a bite of this fry, dipped in the tomato ketchup, and we'll go from there. It's in the mouth. I'll just wash it down with a bit of Sprite. First things first, the chip itself. It was crisp, but it was cold. I like a hot chip. I like a hot chip, Mills.
It's such a mixed bag when you go to the fast food places I've found. Sometimes you just get them really. I like a hot chip, but a soft / a bit crispy, if that makes sense. You go to a
Yeah,
fish
I'm
and
more of a
chip
thick
shop.
cut guy. So the fries, yeah, you just your textbook Macca's Burger King fry. You know, you can't. They are what they are. It is what it is. You know what you're getting.
Are
When you
they
eat
a thick
chips.
cut? Because they're a thick cut, the
No,
Hungry Jack's compared to the McDonald's
no,
ones
no,
in
no,
Oz.
no. They're your textbook Macca's thin cut fry.
Oh,
I
they're
got
not
the
doing that
Whopper.
in Oz.
I've got the Whopper in my hand, and I've gone for the Whopper with cheese. So I've selected the cheese option. Your Norwegian
Bit of
Whopper will
added
cost you
zest.
about $20. So let's just
Awesome.
we'll stop fucking around here. We'll get straight into this monster.
We'll just have a moment of silence for $20.
Wait on. I see where this is going. One more bite. All right. Now, it's a Whopper. Tastes like a Whopper. It is a Whopper. However, I feel like it's not the same as the Aussie Whopper Mills. Like it's the same burger. It's got all your Whopper ingredients.
But in a good way or a bad way, I can't tell.
It's got the classic Whopper mayonnaise and tomato sauce combo, which I like. And all of you that get around a Whopper will know and love. But it's just like that Aussie bun, that Aussie beef, even though it's all the same. It's just something about it that I think doesn't quite compare to the Hungry Jack's burgers we have at home.
Well, I, to no shock, had a Whopper yesterday. Yesterday, yeah, I had a Whopper yesterday, but it was their new one I told you before the show, the Rebel Whopper. And fuck, so it's pretty much the only plant-based meat thing I've ever tried that is spot on. Sometimes I just go like, don't bother trying to like get something to taste the same. You may as well just eat it. But this, literally, they nailed it. So I'm sad for you that they haven't, even with real beef, nailed the classic Whopper beef taste.
Yeah. Can I tell you something to change the topic? Because I'm sure all the listeners are fucking hanging on the edge of their seat to this one.
Yeah.
I have something that happened last week because we've had a bit of a break, but so I got a fucking story of something that happened the other week. So if you thought the Whopper with cheese review was exciting, buckle up, lock yourself in for this one because I got a story.
Hit me with the story.
Do you want to hear it if you have time?
I've got time.
I'll quickly have another bite of this bad girl.
Oh, gross.
Bloody good stuff. So, Mills.
You know what's disgusting?
What?
Indian tonic water by itself.
All right.
You know,
Thank you for that, James. Yeah.
The mixer is fucking rank.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Water's horrible. So you're gonna be like, "What the fuck, Grills?" On this, I've saved this. I haven't told you it during the week because I wanted to save it for the potty. Because all week I'm noting stuff down. So I think last week, I forget what day it was. I felt like a chocolate bar. It was nighttime, but I just felt like a fucking chocolate bar for some weird reason. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go like just down like 100 meters away. There's a corner store. I'm gonna go get a chocolate bar. I'm not doing anything tonight. Just gonna chill and have a chocolate bar. I walk downstairs.
So crazy.
Yeah. Whoa.
You're a mysterious guy.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, I know. Anyway, ready for this, Mills?
Yeah.
I walk out. There's some guy, like just a normal looking dude, lives in the same building as me, freaking out in Norwegian. Freaking out. I'm like, bro, I'm sorry. You gotta speak English to me, brother, or I can't help you. Anyway, he's freaking out and he's like, man, I don't know what to do. My girlfriend's just been robbed. Like, at the ATM. Fuck, like, I don't know what to do, man. Like, I'm so scared, but I'm going to have to go find these guys and rob them their money back. But, like, fuck, I'm so scared. And he goes, I'm like, I just wanted to do the classic, well, good luck with that, man, and go get my chocolate bar. Because I was really set on this chocolate bar, right? I was thinking of Mars, maybe a Snickers. Anyway, before I get to do that, he goes, but I'm really scared, man. Like, can you just come with me for some backup? And I'm like,
don't drag me into this shit.
Yeah, but
you got to do it, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, this guy, like, if he was like a kind of a criminal sort of looking dude, I would have been like, nah, man, fuck off. But he just looked like a normal bloke, like, good bloke, young, maybe 22, like, you know. So I was like, you know what, this will be good material for the Milz and Gryllz show. I'm going to do it.
No, you want to be a hero. You want to use some jit skills.
Yeah, I did want to be a hero, kind of. But we'll get to that. Anyway, we're walking down the street, like, maybe like, Oslo's weird. So you go around the corner of one block, it's like hood, graffiti on the walls, junkies shooting up heroin. The next corner is like a lovely street with like family apartments and stuff. Like every like street corner is kind of area, like block is different. So we walk down to this block, it's maybe a couple hundred meters away. And it's like this square where all these like crackheads sit there and do crack. Like they gather there and they keep to themselves, but they gather there. And what his girlfriend was thinking, going to an ATM there, small girl getting out money, is like, it's dumb. But anyway, we're walking down. I have my little like umbrella, and it was this was pretty funny. You know those little like pocket umbrellas?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We're walking down. He's like, man, like, are you ready for this? Like, shit, I don't know what could happen. Like, blah, blah. And I'm like, I just go, yeah, man, I'm ready. But I'm playing with my umbrella. So I like, you know how they extend? I extended out like, and it sounded like a fucking cock of a pistol. He's like, whoa, man, settle down. Like, do you have a gun? And I'm like, no, man, it's just my umbrella. Anyway, so we get down to this square of crackheads and we're walking through this crackhead looking for these guys. And I'm like, these guys just don't give a fuck. They're just weighing like meth on scales in open sight, like in the middle of the city. And I'm like, what the fuck's going to happen here? Like, we were like trying to find these dudes. And then, long story short, we found his girlfriend. They said, here's the cliffhanger at the end for you. She's like, oh, no, let's just go home. He's like, thanks, man. So they went home and I got my chocolate bar, then went home. And that's the story.
Oh, really? So she didn't want to pursue. Oh.
That's the not real. That's the not really great of a story, Gryllz. Oh.
No, it's a story, Num. It's a real story. So
it is a real story.
But like, it's just funny because I don't know. I feel like you would have told me if it was like early. If it was, let's just say this is how I was picturing it together. So you just walk through, and then she says, "That's the guy," and here's a meth junkie shooting up. You run over there, tackle him. Then they're all chasing you with needles, and you have to just fight off heaps of them and just make it back to the apartment in time.
Yeah, exactly. But I got my chocolate bar in the end. That's the moral of the story.
Fuck. That's hectic. But
how's your week been, Milz?
I find that weird that they're so hectic on the meth scene in Norway. I thought that was very clean country.
Dude, I was working out doing pull-ups. There's like these sick pull-up bars in the park at my end of my street. And I was doing a little workout there, doing some pull-ups. And like this dude just comes sit down on the ledge next to me when I'm doing pull-ups, like probably 5 meters away, not even. Like probably 3 meters away even. And just starts cooking up heroin on his spoon and just starts shooting up while I'm sitting there doing pull-up. And I just, like, I mean, he's just doing his thing, but I just kind of just wanted to drop down from the pull-up bar, look over and go, are you fucking right, mate? Like, there's plenty of room in this park. Like,
it's just
there's plenty of room in this park. Why? It's like if you had a urinal and someone comes and pisses in the one next to you. It's like,
Wait, that reminds me. Do you remember us? I told a story about my mate who said don't wear sunscreen. I
yeah,
said he's a legend, but like he's just a classic guy.
yeah.
His backstory was he's been all around Australia and like been a pretty loose guy. Like he is a loose bloke,
Mm.
and he is very open about all the shit he's done in the past. Like he'll be like, "Oh yeah, I used to go out. One night I had 20 pills and I fucking thought I was in space." Like, but he's like older now, so he's just talking back, and he looks at it in such a highlight. It's good. He tells a good story. But
What do you
anyway,
mean?
like he'll tell you vivid details of his partying days of like how loose it got, like cops coming, like how much they're like tripping balls in their apartment, doing like ketamine, fucking 3-day benders, and like he'd just spin these stories at lunchtime, so it'd be a good laugh. And then he just comes out with this because he's at this point in his life, like fine, great worker, like normal bloke. You'd be none the wiser. But he's like, man, heroin. Now that's a crazy drug. I'm like, what? You've done heroin? He's like, yeah, man. Like the worst thing about heroin is that it's
Heroin, mate.
awesome.
Heroin.
Hey,
Heroin.
heroin. He's like, the worst thing about it, he's like, is that it's the best thing ever. He's like,
But
stay away.
isn't that the point of doing drugs? Like, because like you wouldn't do a drug, would you? That's like, you know what I mean?
Not
Like,
good.
yeah,
I
not
know,
fun.
but
Like, I don't do drugs. But
yeah. He just said like, and this in no way made me want to do it, but he's just like, there's no other feeling like it. And he still speaks about it in such a high class. He's like, you'd never do it again.
the
But nah,
best
it's
thing
sick. And
is
I'm
like
like,
the best.
fuck.
It's the best thing ever. Mm.
And then he drops this bombshell. Like, he's like, I'm like, well, what happened to your mates, man? Because that sounds like you were partying pretty hard. And he goes, yeah, I was a bit of an exception. A lot of them are dead, and the rest are in jail. I'm like, fuck. And he's
Fuck.
like, yeah. He's like, yeah, you can't keep partying like that. But he's just wanted, yeah,
I don't like.
yeah.
I feel like heroin. If you're doing heroin, it's not really a party, is it? Like,
Nah, he said it's just like you're in your room. That's why I thought it's so strange for that guy to be doing it next to you in the park. Like, wouldn't you? I wouldn't know, but wouldn't
maybe
you
it wasn't
think that
heroin.
got a
Maybe it
week
was
out?
shooting meth or something. Like, you know,
Maybe. But
I
you
don't
never
know.
know. Like, yeah. Do you reckon Breaking Bad has made the world have more of a crack problem?
Nah, man, can't think. Nah, no way. Wait, dude, that's sorry for eating on the podcast, by the way. Like,
Nah, you're good.
I do
You're
enjoy
good.
hearing stories about guys like this because then it makes me feel like me being hungover, like
It's all good.
eating a Whopper. I feel like it's rock bottom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like,
Nah.
if that's in my mind. I feel like, oh, I'm so hungover. Stayed out late. Like, drank way too much. Oh, yuck! I'm eating a Whopper and chips. Yuck! Like, I feel like that's rock bottom. But really, there's a lot further to sink. Eh?
Well, I could even like you if you heard my stuff that I've ate pretty good today, but I've just finished off a block of chocolate. Like not a small block,
Talk
like
me through what you've
family
eaten
block.
today, mate. Yeah,
All
but
right.
what's the point of being vegetarian then if you're just eating shit?
Yeah, well nah, I only do it when I'm hungover. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Mm.
Like during the week I'll eat like really,
Wait,
really good.
can I just say I'm
But
sorry about eating right now, guys? But I just have to get something in my stomach, eh? Like, I have to smash these chips now. Like, I'm
wait,
sorry. Yeah.
wait, this sounds funny as like so I don't know if anyone's playing out the story of the Mills and Grill show, but it sort of sounds like we've we're a week late on our podcast and you've come in midnight out. I've come in hungover. Looks like we've been on a huge bender. You know what I mean?
Yeah, people. The thing
We've
is,
been
though,
MIA for a couple of weeks.
we kind of just tell people what we've got up to during the week, and I look up the stats here because I don't think that anyone listens to this, but in reality, there's a few little geezers out there hiding away, having a little listen. Episode 17, 46 downloads. That's like 46 different people downloading the show. Shout out.
That is hectic. We say this I'd like to get to know everyone. We're almost at the point, probably don't want to release this info, but at giving away free shirts because it doesn't seem like people are going to buy them. But
I mean, well, Manu's got one on the way, but I thought we'd give her that one for her birthday because she's a dime. Shout out, Manu.
By the way, I opted to not pay for the tracking, so I sent it fine, but there was for an extra $9 we could have got tracking to see where it is.
We don't need to track it, mate. Should be right.
No paper trail.
Yeah. Do you know what the best thing about working in Norway is? I don't know if this is every job, but it's definitely jobs I've been working. Is lunch is provided.
Oh, really?
Yeah, lunch is provided, Mills.
Well, that's kind of key because I assume making your lunches on the weekly basis would like run through your pay packet, wouldn't it?
Yeah, fully, eh?
Have you had the Jarlsberg cheese? The holes in it?
Mm.
Yeah, I had that. My mate took me to a grocery store in Norway and was just asking me to try all this like Norwegian stuff, like liver
brown
pata.
Cheese? Oh, liver pata is shit, but have you had brown cheese? Brown cheese is good to go.
Oh, no, I haven't had that. Nah, his main thing he showed me was all the tube stuff. There was like tube bacon.
Yeah, tube cheese.
Like
yeah,
toothpaste. Fuck.
People don't get it. I'm like, but dude, like the food is so much better in Australia, man. Like we got good food. Like I don't know, it must be something to do with we got lots of farming and stuff. But Woolies is like, it would have been the same when you're in England. Like supermarkets just aren't the same. Like going to Woolies is like,
oh man, Tesco's it's like plastic food.
Yeah, it's like it's same Norway. It's just like, I mean, they got food, but it's like you go into Woolies or Coles, and it's just like a fucking utopia of like every different thing you can imagine.
It's
every
pretty
different food, every different meat, every different like. We got it pretty good back in Oz, mate.
What's the word? Yeah, we do. Convenience store. I don't know what they called it. Something about Woolies or saying someone found a plastic bottle from when it came out and it was like the revolution or something.
Mm.
But think about before Woolies, like you'd have to go to like a fruit market and then you'd have to go to a bakery. Yeah, fuck.
Nah, I'll still go to a butcher. Like the meat is better if you go to your local butcher.
Yeah,
plus, you're supporting Australian small businesses, mate.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that. Like fish and chip shops. Like, what are they called? Oh fuck! I fucked something up. I was going to do this whole podcast. I was going to talk in a different tone, like, "Hey, Gryllz, how are you, brother?"
Well, you sound a bit tired, eh? You know what's funny? The Milz and Gryllz show is like different every episode. Like sometimes it's just us having a like tired ass chat, which is now. Sometimes it's like prepared and full of beans. We got little segments. You know, it's you don't know what you're gonna get. I got told to me. Like someone said to me, you can't do a 2-hour podcast of just nothing. And I'm like, yes, I can. It's for us. It's not for anyone else. Like,
yeah, it's. I don't know. It's maybe that is our thing, I guess.
We can't keep slipping like this, Mills. We gotta keep busting out the episodes once a week, I think. You know?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'll take full blame for that one. That was what I was going to talk about. I've been Cadbury flaking this week. It's like a disease. Just like you've got heaps of stuff planned for the plan, but in reality, there's got nothing to do. Like,
Didn't
in
we
a
talk
day,
about
like,
this during the week?
yeah,
It's like when you got
yeah,
nothing to do, when you're not working, it feels like you're super busy. Like I've had the same thing. I'm like,
yeah.
you
I'm like,
literally,
oh, 3 hours until I said I was going for a jog. Fuck. Well, I can't really do anything in the next 3 hours because I don't want to be late for that.
yeah,
Just like randomly feeling rushed for no reason. I'm like, fuck.
bit of rust. Perfect way to describe it. But you know what, Mills? Get the fucking WD-40 out, mate. Give yourself a spray. Scrape that rust off because the Mills and Gryllz show is backfiring all cylinders.
Yeah. No, we're back on.
We're closing in
We're
on EP 20, brother. We're closing in on EP 20.
That's great. EP 10 was a bit of a milestone. 20 is definitely a milestone.
Yeah.
Because when
20.
you think about it, well, it's actually even longer now, but 20, that's 20 weeks.
What's that? 4, 8,
5
12,
months.
16, 5 months of sauciness. Heck yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
But before we lose too many listeners without tired rants, we got to get into the foot jobs roundup.
I like to hear the foot jobs roundup.
Yeah. We're both tired,
They got
so we're going to...
final coming up on Monday.
Huh?
Fuck. They got the final coming up this Monday.
The
Tomorrow.
grand final.
The grand final.
The grandy. The fucking
Shit.
big... The big...
We'll get
game.
this out. We'll get this out to Jaden this episode. Literally just out to Jaden. We'll get it out to our CEO tomorrow because I reckon for the grand final, if he can muster it, sweaty as, can he give us a halftime update in the grand final so we can hear it on the podcast? You know, a pre-game, halftime, and then a full time. I feel like...
Yeah, that would be epic. That's what we need, Jados, if you're listening. But anyway, here's the CEO of the Foot Jobs with his weekly roundup.
Hey, so Foot Jobs semi-final last night. Let me just say we punched our ticket and we're flying first class to the finals, mate. Yeah, we did it in footy's fashion as well. It was an absolute punch out, absolute grind up. We had them up. We had them most of the game, man. We're up like a good 3-goal, 4-goal buffer most of the game, but then just, we let them slide back in the fourth quarter, and we just have to really grind it out. But it was good. The boys had to lock in for a quarter at the end there. And it was a good game.
More to come. Gryllz has stuffed it. He hasn't. Oh, here we go.
I got to give a big shout out. They're a solid squad, but they just have this one dude. We call him Kobe. He's an absolute legend down there. Kobe Bryant. He's just like this big, tall, slender. He'd be from Africa somewhere, man. But he's an absolute weapon, man. Like, hands down, best player at the club. He's like the best ref as well. Like, he lets the boys play. He lets the boys, contest, properly. But yeah, we're versing him, man. Dude, we put him through the ringer, hey? Like, he was copping it. Like, classic Geordie at the end of a close game. He'll just get super physical, like, just deliberately causing fouls pretty much. But, man, he took it well, old Kobe. He really put up a good fight against us as well, eh? Like, yeah, big tip of the hat.
Kobe Bryant, if you're listening from the Lakers, big tip of the hat there from Jaden Turner.
Tip of the hat for Kobe.
Before I go any further, so it's a Tuesday and I'm having a little victory cone up by myself, and I went to the fridge to grab a beer, and I'm out of beers, so I went and made myself a Milo, and I'm not disappointed with that decision one bit, man. I tell ya. So yeah, I recently promoted the vice skipper to head of marketing and promotions because he's been doing a good job at filling seats these last few weeks. He had Old Boys Day last night. He looked after that for me, and we got his dad and Boo Boo's dad down there. It was so funny, man. But yeah, so we got a make a little promotion for this week. So yeah, this is a little advertisement right now to come on down next Monday. I'm sure it's about 6:30. Let's fill some seats and let's bring that cup home.
Bring it home, boys. Foot job's coming home.
Bring it home.
We're
Sending
coming.
it up to the footies. We're
Hey,
coming.
I've got a special behind the scenes Milz and Gryllz special edition. Matt Wild in the polo, Foot Jobs alumni. I was just referring to him before as the Donald Badman of the Foot Jobs. Matthew Wild. How you going today, mate?
Yeah, good mate. Good mate. It's a big day.
It's a big day. Why is that, mate?
Oh, you just call me the Donald Bradman of the Foot Jobs, mate.
Yeah, you put up a couple of runs. And you weren't too bad with the football in your feet either, were you?
Yeah. Oh, I tried my best, mate.
You tried your best. How do you feel about the Foot Jobs making the grand final, mate?
Yeah, it's huge news. It's fucking massive, boys. Great effort.
Hey. Hey. If you were to consider the Foot Jobs, you've got 10 seconds.
Yep.
Compare the Foot Jobs to any living creature, like an animal or something.
Any living creature or an animal. I'll be running out of time now, wouldn't I?
Wow.
Good luck in the final,
there-
boys.
Was that it?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Oh, man, they get me going. They get me excited, them boys.
Huh?
Doing big things. Doing big grills.
Yes.
I've wrote selling grills to the ladies.
Yeah.
This week I've kept it short and sweet, and I've done it. And one of them acrostic acrylic poems. What are the ones that go straight down?
Acrylic poems. Oh, the one I did for Bo the other week, like bees
Yeah.
for beautiful roofs.
Yeah. So this, I feel like you've been doing okay. So this could give you a little bit of a boost coming into the weekend.
Give me a boost, mate. I got a full week of work this week, so boost me up, brother. Get it done.
All right. G, growing a beard. How's that going, by the way?
I shaved it off, but it's nearly back. Not from wanting it, but from just being
for jobs and stuff.
Yeah, just being a busy guy, and just the 5 o'clock shadow this morning is,
And enough said. Maybe I'll change that to grew a beard once.
Yeah, I did.
Really into MMA.
I am.
Why?
I did watch the UFC the other morning. Chris Weidman got knocked out, which was unfortunate.
Why is that unfortunate?
Because he's the man.
Who is the man these days? I like hearing someone passionate describe their passion, and I've always enjoyed you telling me about the UFC. Who is the Khabib or who is the Conor McGregor of their weight belts?
Khabib is just... I'm really tired, Milz. Like, my hangover has just hit me. Like a ton of bricks.
Now,
continue the poll, my friend, please.
Okay.
I can't dive that deep. But I do have a story about a UFC superstar after this.
Okay. Why yodeling champ back in 2009, Cleveland High? L.
True.
Legless.
True.
L. Loose.
True.
Z. Zebras wish they were as black and white as grills.
That was on the spot, and I like it.
Yeah. So that's what I've got here, and I've got a scenario for you.
Getting to know Grills.
Getting to know Grills. So 6 months into dating, the time limit doesn't matter too much. You're just pretty serious about this woman. And I'm going to edge away from like my usual tactic with this. And you're walking through the street and a guy comes up to your missus and gets a carton of eggs and just starts throwing eggs at her and you. Now, she seems to be okay with it. She's just sad. Like, she's just took it to heart. She's not. Do you comfort her, clean her up, or do you just take on this guy in a big fisticuffs?
Oh, so
How do you want to look in first? Do you like?
So we're
Yeah.
walking down the street. He just starts throwing eggs at me and my missus.
Yes.
I feel like it catches you off.
But she's
Like, I
upset.
mean-
So she's really upset. Like, if you went to
Like-
go bash,
Oh, it
She'll-
probably
she
wouldn't
probably-
be the right move to like just start laughing.
would you try crack a joke? There's like, I know you don't want to get too deep, so I can prompt you along. One option would be to be like, well, this doesn't happen every day. Tick this one off the box.
Like I'd probably do that. Like
Tick
well,
this one off the bucket list.
I'd be like, you want some bacon with that, love? Nah, I'd probably have to stop him. Like, you'd probably have to stop him. Like, you can't just let a bloke throw eggs at your missus. Like,
No, you can't.
You can't. Like, as much as I'd like to make the light side of it, you can't. You gotta.
It's
a
a
bit of
pretty
pride
serious
there.
thing. Yeah, that's the word, pride. So you
So-
wouldn't say to her with a bit of flour and
No,
water, we've got
okay, I
pancake.
know. Just like chuck a bucket of water over there, then just run up to him, tackle him, rip the eggs off him, then you start throwing eggs at your missus.
No, get the eggs off him and crack an egg on his head. Surely.
Oh, hey mate, give us one of them. Just start throwing eggs with him. No. In all seriousness, mate, you'd have to stop him, and then you give him a couple of eggs and send him on his way.
True. Or one more scenario, or one more possible outcome. You could say, you've just been punked. This is the TV show Punked, but there's no cameras, and just pretend that she was punked. She'll never know that you weren't punked. It was real.
Yeah, somehow. I mean, what would Alex do if you did that and some guy was throwing it? What would your missus expect you to do?
She'd
though?
want vengeance. She'd want vengeance for sure.
Alex is a bit of a fiery
hard.
one, so she'd probably fucking.
Yeah.
She wouldn't need your help, mate. She'd probably
Yeah.
run and start egging this guy
got-
herself.
She's got the heart of a lion, but she's got the arms of a gazelle. So should need the brute muscle of Jimmy Mills to come in and fucking egg him with goose eggs instead of chicken eggs. Fucking hit him with some big eggs. But anyway, that was getting to know Gryllz, everyone. So can we keep it going for Joe Rogan?
Keep it one
Really?
time for Joe Rogan. And speaking of Joe Rogan, I got a story for you, Mills. You ready for another story?
Hey, y'all. Yeah, yo.
So I'm training jiu-jitsu at this gym in Oslo, and I know that there's a UFC guy that trains out of that gym. Like, it's a big gym. It's really popular, and I haven't seen him there. If you know the gym in Oslo I'm talking about, and then you're into UFC, probably know the guy. He's getting quite popular. Anyway, I seen him for the first time the other day walk up and fist bump one of the coaches. And I'm like, oh shit, that's fucking old mate. Anyway, I have a sauna after my jiu-jitsu session because
Good
it's
call.
like, yeah, and like I get out. It's like the classic, locker room. Like, it's very. I think we don't really do it in Oz. Like, everyone in the locker room just showers starkers, like naked, like dicks everywhere. Like.
In Norway.
Yeah, it'd be the same in the States or something. I feel like it's just Australia that doesn't do it. Like, after a team sport, everyone's in the showers, just dicks out, doesn't really care. It's just showering,
Yeah.
Australia,
that was
I feel
soccer.
like Australia, we don't really do that. But, yeah, like everyone's in the shower nude.
In all my soccer teams, doesn't help the stigma around the sport, but it's always been nude showers since probably like Yeah, since as long as I can remember.
Yeah, so it's the locker room, you know? Everyone's running around naked, whipping each other with towels, oiling up, flexing in the mirror. No, jokes. But yeah. So
I was wondering where you go.
I can't be that weird guy showering in his undies.
No. For one, I've stopped wearing undies. So, but Gryllz, not to cut your story off, I went to Japan when I was a bit younger, and we went to a fully, and it's a common thing in Japan. It's just a naked spa pool room.
Yeah, I did that with Kendall, and with Kendall when we went to Japan with Kendall and Turls and that, and they started freaking out because I went in there, did the whole Japanese thing, just starkers in the washroom, and they're just like, oh, what, like, oh, gross, you know, and I was like,
yeah,
fucking all right.
Go in there with clothes on. I'm pretty sure, like, you have to be naked, I think. Is that right?
Yeah.
Or do they wear clothes?
No, but that's the thing. So in the shower, I don't want to be the one weird guy showering in his undies when everyone's naked. That's my point.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I get out of the store. It's just me left. Everyone's kind of getting changed. And I'm having a shower after the sauna because the sauna goes out into the big block of showers. Anyway, I'm showering there naked. And it's like the whole urinal thing, you know? Like, if you're in a room of urinals, it's all empty. And someone comes up and pisses in the urinal next to you, it's a little bit like, why this one, you know? So I'm in the shower, you know, scrubbing my butthole, scrubbing my cock, you know, doing the, you know, with soap. Come on, like that's what I was doing. It's not, yeah. Anyway, this fucking UFC fighter really popular UFC fighter from Norway / Denmark. I think he's from Denmark, but he's where comes into the shower next to mine and like butt naked and just starts washing himself and I'm like, I really wanted to do the fucking, you right, mate? But like I was, because there's like plenty of showers, but then secretly I'm like, fuck, I'm having a naked shower next to this fucking UFC fighter. And I'm like, fuck, I'm like, just play it cool, Gryllz. Just play it cool. Don't be a fanboy. No. Just play it cool. Just play it cool. It's all good.
Yeah.
And then I'm done. He's still showering, and like, you know, there's no noise. It's quiet. But I drop. I don't know if this was a bit too much, but how's this for a power move, right?
Mm-hmm.
I walk out. Still quiet, and I just drop. As I walk past, I just go, "See you, brother."
That's not. Hey, be honest with me, Gryllz.
Yeah.
Were you kind of hoping that he was like, "Hold on, man, are you Gryllz from the Milz and Gryllz show? You're that Aussie that's living in Norway, are you?"
Yeah. No, but legit, like in my mind, I was freaking out because I'm a massive UFC fan. I'm like, and I know he trains there, but I'm just like, fuck, I really hope. I don't know how, but imagine if someone heard this, it'd be weird. But if someone heard this, it'd be weird. But yeah. So I'm like showering. He's showering, and then I'm like freaking out because I'm a big UFC fan. I'm like, oh my god, this is fucking shit. But I just totally cool, calm, collected. Walk past. See you, brother. And then I can't remember.
You're gonna get free tickets, man.
I'm pretty sure I did get that or something like that, you know. Not like just a noise, like yeah. I was like, so, yeah, but I was so confident. I was like, done showering, not freaking out. See it. You know what I'd done? I should have slapped him on the ass as I walked past. You know, see you, bros. Get a touch on.
Yeah. Fuck. Oh well. So you've now seen naked UFC man.
Yeah. You get that on the big jobs, eh?
I can't say anything. Anyone I fanboy, I've seen him naked, so you can say that. So I don't know when the last time I seen a celebrity was.
Have you ever seen like a big dog celebrity?
Nah. Oh, it always depends on like who you think is a big dog celebrity. There's a really sick South African surfer, finless surfer, Derek Hine, and I've seen him a couple of times up real close. Just gave him the little "What's up, mate?" Oh, and actually no.
Yeah, you got to
Oki?
drop like a.
Yeah.
You
Mark
got to you got to drop the casual, like if you walk past like a g'day, like like a or like a
Yeah.
little tip of the hat,
Yeah, like Mick Fanning, because we're at the Goldie, you see all them boys heaps. But nah, Oki, like watched heaps of videos with Oki, so I always know when he's out on the surf, like put it that way, like he's a bit of a legend.
Yeah, I'm just outside his house waiting for him to leave and go surfing, then I'll go surfing.
Wait, no, it was kind of such a weird encounter. We came in off the stay at Green Cup, and when you're coming in and you're on your stomach and you're just riding a wave in from the back.
Yeah.
Me and him were on the same wave, so we're just like riding into the shore for like 50 meters, and then he ends up just like steering his board towards me and was just like, "How are you, mate?" And I was like, "Oh, not bad." And he's like, "Oh yeah," and just started talking to me. He's like, "I used to surf here and the waves used to break like this, but it's fucking," and he just sounded like he just had something to say, so he just talked to me for like 10 minutes on the beach about, I even forget, like just about the beach, and I was like, fuck.
Just go like, yeah, mate. Like, but it's one of those things where he knows that you know who he is,
Nah, I think
because this guy I was
it's a random.
sharing with must know that I knew who he was,
Is he that big, do you reckon?
Oh, he's pretty famous. Like, yeah, he's pretty famous.
Was it? Oh yeah. It'd be like if you seen Conor McGregor in the shower.
Nah, it's not that level. It's not that level.
But like, if you did see him, would you be like, "Sup, Conor?" Would you just be like,
yeah. I do that to Conor McGregor. I'd be like, but Conor McGregor, you couldn't fanboy. You just have to be watching silent, and you just have to look over and just be like, "Sup, Conor?"
Yeah, because he's a real witty. Like, he'll pay people out. I feel like if you're fanboying him, he'd be like, "Don't talk to me like that, you fucking idiot."
Who the fuck are you? Get the fuck out of my face! I just be like, "Sup, Conor?"
I'm fucking Joe from Gryllz.
Wait, do you reckon Connor Casey could be the new superstar? I got a question for you, Mills. I got a question for you.
Hopefully, Conor Casey could.
Yeah. Question for you guys. So one of my friends, like a really good friend of mine, traveled all over Australia for a year. And we were talking about everything, and he was at my house a few days ago, and he was like, Australians are fucking like, they're retards. They just don't care. They do the weirdest things, and it's awesome. And Holland is all strict and everything. So yeah, he was like, it was so nice to finally do stuff, and no one cared. So it reminded me of last episode that you guys were talking about, that you do shit, and in other countries they probably think you're crazy, and then in Australia it's like, well, fuck it. But I'm actually very interested in, like, what is the weirdest thing that you guys ever did, like drunk or sober?
What happened at the end? That was hectic.
Oh yeah, thanks Manu for calling Australians fucking retards, by the way. I appreciate that, and so do the Australian public. Translation. Yeah, I think in Holland that means really cool. No, she was saying we're cool, but she wants to know, Manu the intern wants to know, what's the craziest thing you've done drunk? Is that the question?
Manu, well, darling,
honey,
honey bun. No, we can't talk to our intern like that. What's the craziest thing we've done? Craziest thing. It'd have to be different levels of crazy, I guess.
I mean,
Nothing
that
on the spot.
night where we played What's the Odds, and okay, so there was a night, right, where me and Mills and Jaden and the whole crew, the made men, Bevo was there, Chris, everyone, we went out and we were in a taxi. We played this song, Covered in Chrome by Violent Soho. Look it up, that song, it's a good song. And we were legit moshing in the taxi. Anyway, this taxi pulled, we've told this story before on the podcast. This taxi pulled over multiple times, stopped the meter so we could get out and actually fist fight each other on the drive.
Yeah.
And then, when we get into the valley in Brisbane, which is the place everyone goes, we jump out of the cab and, pile on top of each other, jumping onto concrete. I think one of us was naked.
Yeah, and then, I just
There's
got to
just
add.
a guy walking past in a suit that just stands there and then just gives a slow clap,
Yeah.
well,
But
as if to say, well done, boys.
And then we went into the first pub, and I remember there was a lot of boys, so I bought everyone a drink, and then Connor Casey, or was it you, just got the drink and just smashed it on the ground because it was what are the odds? And then so obviously the lady just looked at me
that's not correct. It's similar, but what actually happened is, let's just call this guy Rosef Jago.
It was you. It was you. I remember now.
No, it was that guy.
Anyway,
some other guy. It was some guy. I can't remember.
Some random guy.
Some random guy that was with us. Can't remember who it was. Might have been me.
I feel like Gryllz or whoever it was. Let's just pretend it was Gryllz.
It's just hypothetically.
The night could have been slowing, the tempo, our levels, we set the bar so high in the cab that a moment of chillness in the pub needed to be jumped to the next level. So that happened, which promptly gets us kicked out of that place.
What actually happened was, we were in a circle sculling the drinks you bought.
Yeah.
And then I think, that's it. Me and Beverage, I think it was, everyone's in a circle. And it was kind of like a fancy bar. No one was expecting this hurricane. And we didn't get kicked out at first just because everyone was taken off guard by this rowdy group of boys that are just rowdy, too rowdy for their own good. And we're just given a halftime footy speech, all right, grab your mate by the jersey. This second half, do it for him. Don't do it. And then some guy, maybe hypothetically in this situation, it was me, hypothetically, may have hypothetically grabbed someone that was in the vicinity's full glass of red wine, sculled it, and then finished off the speech and smashed the glass in the middle of the circle, power throwing it to the ground, which erupted then in a cheer of, yeah.
And then it was funny because everyone left, and then I was still in there paying for the drinks, and the lady's looking at me because I was having a real quite normal chat with her. I think the place just went back to being a quiet sort of pub, and I was like, "Ooh, on to the next one." And then
that's when we get up on the instruments, isn't it?
Yeah,
or is it when we went to Rick? No, we went to Rick's.
Went to Rick's and then I bailed.
Rick's, and Connor was. Have you ever heard of a brown eye?
Oh yeah.
Do you remember this?
Wait, was I there at this point?
Yeah, I think so. We're at Rick's upstairs in that shitty little balcony outside, and we're like, how the fuck are we not getting kicked? Connor is up on like the railing, brown. I don't know what a brown eyeing. So should I just
Fuck,
describe? Should I describe what a brown eye is?
Yeah, well,
It's when you bend over, usually done by drunk males, and you spread. Oh, this is getting disgusting. But you spread your bum cheeks, and you just the brown eye. You know, it was brown eyeing the whole.
maybe that's the point. Maybe that's the point I decided to go next door to the up late tattoo shop and get a tattoo.
Oh yeah, is this the same night?
Yeah, same night.
No, there was
About-
one more phase before the tattoo. We went across the road and we got thrown out of Rick's. It was like pretty chill. There was like a local little band playing, and they must have been having their break or something. So all the boys got up on the stage. Everyone took an instrument. I think it was, I don't know who it was, got on the drum kit, just started playing the drums. Like, started playing the drums like shitly, but just smashing his drum kit. And then we got kicked out of there. And then we get into the tattoo place.
But I remember I went there first, so I think I missed that bit.
What did you get tattooed?
I got I Don't Fuck With You tattooed on my bum. That Big Sean song.
I don't fuck with you.
You. But I
And
just got the
then-
initials in like hectic cursive, so
Matty friend, God bless him.
got his ex-girlfriend, Kate is the bomb.
Or was his girlfriend at the time?
Kate is
Kate
the bomb.
is da and picture of a bomb. And I got
Oh.
NSI, North Stradbroke Column, tattooed on my wrist.
Tom got C, I think. Was it?
Yes, see.
Yeah, fuck. But yeah, so that was one thing. There's heaps of drunk stories like that. I know Tom, it's just going to sound even worse, but I know that Tom has pissed off a balcony of a nightclub onto the line below. Like, oh man, that's so bad. I wasn't there for that. But like,
I
This
know a
is
guy. Have you ever been to
far as
Lefty's old
Aussies
time?
will go.
Have you ever been to Lefty's old time music hall?
No.
Lefty's in Caxton Street. It's a real cool place, but it's got like this upstairs railing, and the downstairs is another bar. I know a guy
Shut up.
that. Oh man,
You got to tell it now.
I know a guy that pissed off the railing down onto people into their drinks and shit.
What? From upstairs?
Yeah, I know a guy that pissed off the railing
Okay.
down onto all the ground.
Right. Well, there you
Yeah,
go.
no,
So it's happened twice. I also know a guy, this isn't me, on Caxton Street that someone had I got sent the video. Someone's moped was sitting outside the bar, and I just see such and such sloppy drunk kick over this moped bike that someone had left out.
I know that same guy. There's neither of us.
Fuck.
But actually, this one actually isn't, and we can't name names. But
No,
I know
they-
another guy. I know another guy that may happen to be that same guy that in another scenario walk past like a Harley Davidson or like some real good motorbike and just fucking. Have you ever seen the movie 300?
Yeah, where he kicks the guy into the
This
hole.
is Sparta, and like, you know who I'm
Fuck.
talking about, eh?
Yeah, we don't condone any of this, but we just know a guy, and they're Aussies, and that's what.
These two,
People wanna-
these incidents weren't me or Mills, but Yeah, we're not going to name who this was because he'll probably, Didn't that same. Oh.
Very,
Didn't that.
we got to be careful. This is
we gotta be-
incriminating.
This is murky waters.
Oh, actually, no. Okay, for Manu, here's a little bit of a soft, bit more light-hearted one. Another Aussie thing to do. So, Splendor in the Grass music may not have told this story, but Splendor in the Grass Music Festival. Yeah, the Mudman. Have we told that one?
Yeah, we have, but do it again. But we can't name names.
Yeah. We won't name names, but Reveridge, our mate, was at the festival, and no, that's not his real name either. But he this festival, and he's really.
We'll stop there. We're gonna stop there. We're gonna stop.
No
there.
way. No.
All right, Mills.
It's all good. I'll wear it.
Right.
It's all good. I just love the story so much. It just epitomizes him in such a good. I love it. Anyway, he's at the festival. He's drunk as probably day 2. I'm not sure of the logistics, but it's really rainy, and there's this huge hill you have to get up to get to this stage, the main stage, and people are slipping down every now and again, and they would fall and then pick himself up and then covered in mud. He decides to strip off naked and just start running to the top of this hill and slide down on his stomach, slide down on his back, then try get up the hill, keep slipping down. And hilarious as it was, his best mate was there watching. I think the crowd went from like just the boys watching him do it to maybe like 30 to 40 to a couple of hundred people. It got filmed. Ended up
more than
going
100,
viral.
bro. It was like a whole fucking. I think it was at the point where people weren't watching bands, like they were watching him.
Yeah, and it got so huge that the video went viral. He became the Mudman, and this is just randomly our mate. Then this Vice, if you've heard of Vice documentaries, this journalist wanted to speak to him. People from the media were trying to contact him after this because it was so huge to interview him, and he had to turn it all down because he was becoming a school teacher. So he couldn't go down on record for these things because he's a primary school teacher now.
And that man's name is...
It's anonymous. Jaden Turner.
Jaden Turner.
Yeah. So that's a pretty good one. Another one comes to mind is our friend Cheesy Mac, who's been on the show before.
Fuck, here we go.
Pretty sure he's ate a urinal cake, losing what are the odds?
Oh, yeah. I had a similar thing. Yeah,
a used one as well, straight from a public toilet.
When I was in the army, I think this was I think I might have told this story before as well. So we used to have Thursday night, Thursdays, the pub on base would open, then we'd all have work the next day, but they'd encourage you to get smashed drunk on a Thursday afternoon. And then we'd all go to the Orderly Hotel. Like, it's weird. For karaoke night. Just us, like, group of army boys just smashed on a Thursday night at a quiet pub. Fun. And it was a guy, I think was it Jim's birthday. Was it Jim's birthday? I think it was one of the boys' birthday.
Mm.
Anyway, so the other bloke, Bees, I think it was Bees, goes, mate, it's your birthday. You don't have a cake. You don't have a cake and it's your birthday. He's like, yeah, man, I don't want a cake for my birthday. He's like, sit tight, mate. I'll go get you. Comes back out, urinal cake. Fucking puts it on the table. I think maybe even got a candle and like lit it, and everyone's like, "Well, aren't you gonna have a bite of your cake, mate? Eat your cake." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna," and he just fucking hongs into this urinal cake straight out of the piss trough.
Oh my god!
The army's a weird place, man. Like us boys get loose. Us boys get loose, but Army gets gross loose. Like we get
Yeah.
loose, like loose, but these boys get like gross loose, like
I know what you mean.
like
Yeah, well, I
poos and
guess,
wees loose.
Yeah. Yeah, like, well, you'd probably get bored. Like, I guess sometimes there's no girls around and, like, just a bunch of blokes for ages. Like,
Mm.
there's only so much chit chat before you
Like, do
just
you
start.
remember? Were you at the Made Men Awards
causing
night?
mayhem. Hey?
Were you at the Made Men Awards night
I think I was. Oh,
when two of my
No.
army mates had a foreskin off?
no.
Well, you got to be careful here, eh? You shouldn't describe the
Oh, yeah,
four
you're sort of trashing the Australian Army.
No, I'm just
Sexuality.
talking about like doesn't ball. Who listens to this? I don't even know.
Nah, you'd be right.
Yeah. Anyway, so basically, a
your
foreskin off
fridge
is
get
where
ruined or something?
two guys with foreskins see how much change in coins it can fit in their foreskin, and whoever fits the most change in their foreskin wins. And I think it was like $2.50 or something. The winner got in there.
That is, you know, that's hectic. And the Mudman actually has done that before as well.
Yeah, it was the Mudman in this competition.
Oh, really?
Mm.
Oh, right.
Mm. I think Woodsy,
Yeah,
my army
so-
mate, won though. But we have had a fan submission this week of a voice clip. A fan has sent us in a voice clip asking us to play it on the
Oh.
show.
Cool.
I will play this, and you can guess who it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Hint.
Joel.
We went to no. We do have his pie and pub review coming up though. Hint. We went to high school with this bloke.
Ah, Sweener.
No, right?
Moss Giant John is pleased to be on the show, says Moss Giant John. Pleased. I'm kicking back, bag of rack on my daxed arm, relaxed, smashing packs, trapped in caps in the stacks, trapped in packs. I got the gack in the caps. I'm relaxed, scattered at gats, still fuck the rats, still fuck the jacks, and I just bought another meal from Hungry Jack's. And also, Toad Man Todd would like to say hello.
Any guesses?
That was such a spin out. I got no idea. That was
you
almost
want it?
creepy.
Do you want to hear it again?
It kind of sounds like you with a voice changer on it.
Nah, it's not me.
Giant John is pleased to be on the show, says Marshall.
I don't reckon you're gonna guess this, eh?
Pleased.
I just randomly got this like sent it.
I'm relaxed, smashing packs, trapped in caps in the stacks, trapped in packs. I got the gack in the caps. I'm relaxed, scattered at gats, still fuck the rats, still fuck the jacks, and I just bought another meal from Hungry Jack's. And also, Toad Man Todd would like to say hello.
Oh man, Lockie Patton.
Nah.
Who is it?
You want another hint?
Okay, yeah, give me another hint.
Fuck, wait, what was?
Hey?
I just need to remember last name here. Oh yeah, of course. So, are you sure? Okay. Harley Wintergarden.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. Shout out, my boy.
Yeah,
That's
man.
your last name, Harls, isn't it? I forget. It's been a while.
Are you asking me?
I don't know. Yeah, shout out, mate. Keep your submissions coming in, and you're more
G'day,
than
Harley.
welcome.
That was our first one. What a legend.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a spin out. My next guess was Tunza.
Racking a Dax. Tons is in the army now. Shout out, Tons.
Yeah, tons.
But Mills, I hate to say it, it's an hour.
Yeah, we've hit the hour.
Can we
Are we
finish it off?
signing off with a pie and pub review?
I think we've got to polish her off, mate, with a.
Well, before further or with further, fuck, I don't even know. You take care of yourself, Grills, and I wish you the best of luck this week.
Boy, you're
And I'll
not
see
bailing.
ya.
This weekend is the Mills and Gryllz. We're going to be fresh. It's going to be a good one. Don't bail.
No bailing. No
No
more
bailing.
no more Cadbury flakes after this
No
week.
more Curry Flakes. So we got a pie and pub
hold on.
review.
Sorry, Grills. My tip of the week.
Oh, yeah, Millsy. What is your... Does that have anything to do with your tip of the week? Tip of the
Okay, it does, and I'm going to say it really fast.
Authorised by the Queensland Government, Canberra and ACT Brisbane.
Yeah, ready? See if you can get it. So in Australia, when you buy Cadbury chocolate, they've put an additive in it to make it not melt in the sun, so the chocolate can withstand our hot weather. But in England and New Zealand, they have no additive, and the chocolate tastes a lot better overseas in colder climates because it doesn't have the melting thing in it. So this week, I was making chocolate chip cookies and found out that Cadbury baking chocolate doesn't have the heating thing in it and tastes literally like, because Cadbury tastes so much better in England and in New Zealand. And if you buy the baking chocolate version of Dairy Milk, it is 10 times better.
Okay, so let me see if I can repeat verbatim what you just said. It's going to be hard. It's going to put me to the test. A hungover Grills. Nevertheless, a smart Grills. Okay. Fuck. In Australia, Cadbury chocolate melts in the sun, so we put alfoil in the chocolate so it doesn't melt.
Fuck off. No. Wait, you dumb wells.
Then in England and it has fucking something in
You don't
it.
put alfoil in the chocolate. No, they put a chemical in the chocolate to stop it from melting, which makes it taste shit and then gives it, you know that white when you get chocolate Noz and it's white?
I thought that was just like white chocolate.
No, like when it's normal chocolate that's gone white.
Yeah, I thought that's like a little swell of like.
Nah, I think that's the chemical thing. I don't know. But anyway.
Yeah, good tip. Fucking baking chocolate. All right, you ready to get to a pint of pub review, mate?
Yeah, well, let's get to the pint pub review. I really do. Camera.
Pint pub review. Pint pub review by Joel Elliott, brought to you by Bo Warmsley Roofing, Queensland.
Joel Elliott, a friend of the show, and Joseph. Yeah. Fuck. 2 words out.
Mills and Gryllz fucking idiot, so Joel's alright. He's fucking a good bloke.
Making beeswax wraps, and they'll be $10 each. So if you want to buy one, go to
Pub
my
review. Fuck yeah.
Right, start that again.
Pub review. Fuck yeah. All right. Pub this week. What am I going to give it to? Well, me, Tommy 10 Beers, and Millsy went to the McLean pub on Saturday night. Not bad. $5 skewy. Seems like a pretty standard price around here, to be honest with you, in the northern New South Wales. It was a good pub, as usual. It's my local. And they had some karaoke on. We'd had a few beers and had a big feed, but the feed absolutely wrecked us. So these feeds during the days, they're $9.90, like Monday to Friday, and then Saturday, Sundays, they're $13.90. But even for $13.90, like you get a big schnitty, like Millsy can fucking back me up on this one. Man, the food there's so good. I think I've fucking reviewed this one before, but that's okay. I'll review it for a second time. Yeah, so I reckon food-wise, we're going to 7.5 average price skewy, not bad, and some absolutely horrendous karaoke. We'll have to get the boys up there one weekend. Be a good time. Oi, Pax. Pax is just fucking walking out front. Oi, come here. Just eating some grass on the front lawn, but live on a bit of a main kind of rat race, so don't like the boy going on the road. Don't want him getting hit. Anywho, back to it. What are we going to do? We're going to do plants as well, eh? You know what? I'm just going to palm this whole plants one off to Jimmy because I know he applied for a job at the nursery, which would suit him down to a bloody T. Do what you love, eh?
Milzy, you applied for a job at the nursery, you buddy fucking jiggy.
Can I add something to that, Grills?
Yeah.
So I get down there, I get my resume sorted, and they say, "Oh yeah, we reckon you'll get the job. Come back tomorrow, get your resume." Because I rocked up the first time with no resume. Came back down there, and they're like, "What experience do you have in nurseries?" And I said, "None." They're like, "You're not going to get the job," and that was it. I left.
What? They're just like, fuck, mate. I'm always for like giving someone a crack, eh? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like, how do you get experience in nursery without working in a nursery, you fuckhead? Like, there's only one way I'm going to get experience in a nursery, and that's by you giving me this job. So fuck you.
Exactly.
I guarantee you. And doesn't that piss you off? Because, like, if I didn't get that job, I'd be like, I guarantee you I'm a better worker than probably half the people that you have working in this fucking nursery. You know what I mean?
I said, like, the chick there had a Cert 3 in horticulture, but they didn't
So
look like
what? You're a qualified fucking electrician. And you fucking...
Man,
and you fucking surf big-ass waves. Like...
Yeah. I was just going to be like, feel like if you show you're keen and you work hard, you'll be a better employee than someone that is overqualified. But anyway, back to Jolene.
Nah, I want to, I mean, that's what I mean. Like, I really feel like I go to like Hungry Jack's or something, or like something like Woolies, and I see some like fuckhead serving me food. But I swear, if I applied for a job there, I wouldn't be able to get the job. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What do you mean you're not going to give me a job in your in planting seeds and looking after plants in a nursery? Like, I mean, okay, like, look, there's probably a bit more to it than that. But I feel like it's not rocket science, eh? Like,
well, their thing was, so they needed someone in plant sales, and so I'd need to know, which I kind of already do, but like they want to see, like we're in the year or in the age of you need a Cert 2 and a Diploma 3, and
we are. That's what fucks me too.
Six gold badges and 40
but I
years
guarantee
experience.
you, I could sell. Like, how hard is it to sell a plant? Like, I'm sure,
I feel like
people come there to buy plants. Like, it's not like you're selling houses or something. It's like, this is a nice plant. Here's a plant. Buy it. Yeah. Like,
but
we're in the age.
You may as well be selling houses, like, like real estate.
Yeah, we're in the age of you need a fucking Cert 2 in fucking
talking
fisting.
And a Cert
you
3
need a Cert 3 in. Take your Cert 3 and being a fucking wanker and like take your fucking diploma and you and your diploma in beauty, you're in your arts university degree, you and your bloody horticulture, you and your bloody Cert 17 and fuck you.
Whatever happened to
Mills, I'm not done. You and your Cert 17 and fuck you can go and shove it. Because you know what, mate? I graduated from the School of Hard Knocks, mate. Like, you know what I mean? Like, come out and charge. Come out and charge 7 foot Tugan Shuri dumpers. We'll see how far you bloody set. You know how much timber I can carry in one go, Mills?
What, timber?
Yeah. You know how much timber I can carry in one go?
How much, Grills?
A lot. Let's see your little cert fucking arts university masters carry like 4 or 5 bits of heavy timber in one go on one shoulder. Let's see you do that.
Next time I go for an interview and they deny me, I'm going to be like, instead of my resume, here's a video of me catching a wave. And just want you to think about that. That's the kind of person you can expect me to be at work.
Yeah.
I would not pull back. I don't know. I wasn't too cut up because I was like, I don't want to work here anyway. You seem like smelly dogs.
Yeah, like
Nah, I think the guy was a real business orientated bloke
it's
that
a
runs it.
nursery. It's a nursery. Ugh.
I know.
Yuck.
Yeah.
Stinks
Foul
of
bar.
bloody suits. The suits have gotten everywhere these days, eh, Joel? The suits are into the plants now.
Cert 16 in suit.
Cert 16 and, I don't know, take your bloody Mercedes-Benz and crash it or something.
That's
Pyro
our 2
view.
things. Cert 3 and...
Welcome back, Milz and Gryllz. Thanks for having me, fellas, once again. It's Joel, back again. Right, want to give a shout out to all our Milz and Gryllzians. That's right, coined a term for you. For all those listening, you are now Milz and Gryllzians. How's that for a fucking innuendo? Is that the right word? Alright, anyway, I'm going to start off with my pie review for this week. Now, I'm keeping all faithful. Alright, I'm going to switch it up a little bit for the however long until I fucking eat another pie that's worthy of this show. But I'm sticking faithful to the cheese and bacon pie. Alright, so for those of you who have never had a cheese and bacon pie, this is just your normal kind of pie inside. So like your minced meat and your gravy or whatever it is in there. And then it's just got chunks of bacon and just melted cheese in the pastry. Now, I know some of you is getting a bit of a hard-on from that, but I'm going to get on with the review. So this week, it's going to go to none other than the Bakehouse in Yamba. Now, I've been keeping them to the servos, which I'm pretty sure they're made by the bakery anyway, but getting on with it. The Bakehouse in Yamba, conveniently fucking next to the youth hostel, which if you want a pie and a perv, get on down to Yamba and get yourself a pie at the Yamba Bakehouse. Now, this puff pastry debate it's still going, and we've nailed it. So puff pastry is way better in pies because it's just got that bloody crunch to it. You just bite into it and chow down. It's bloody crispy. Chuck that tomato sauce on top. You're sorted. So the ones at the Yamba Bakehouse, they do not have puff pastry. So I'm going to have to give this one, like, it was good. So for taste, I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. Okay, I'll change it up a little bit. We'll go for taste. We'll go 7.5, but then it gets a 0 on the puff pastry, a 0 because it didn't have puff pastry. So there you have it. This week's pie review, the Yamba Bakehouse. Get down for a pie and a perv at the hostel as well, and there you have it. Joel's pie review for this week.
You see, I love puff pastry on a pie. That we can agree on. However, if it's too flaky, Joel, if your puff pastry is too flaky, that can go wrong too. Nothing worse than you're putting your little Master Foods serving sauce on your puff pastry, right? And then by the time you get down into the meaty goodness, all the pastry with the sauce is flaked off. You know what I mean?
True. Yeah. But see, what they were, I was there with them, they were short crust. So it was like a biscuit crumb. It was like a biscuit crumb with pie gravy inside. It was an abomination.
That's ridiculous.
I just had a shower while that was on, while I was listening.
You had a what?
Full soaked up. I had a shower. Like with the phone in the shower, soaked up. Wash my face.
Getting a hard on for the
While I
pie.
was just...
Pie and Perth down the youth hostel.
Exactly. Pie and Perth.
Live from Greenpoint at Yamba.
Live.
Fuck, ladies and gentlemen. Standing at Greenpoint. Yamba. And the fucking wind is tearing through. Mate, fucking nor'easterly. Pumping out to the west. I'm looking out there. There's some big old storm clouds coming over. And fuck me, it's about to blow away. Oi, Pax, mate, don't blow away. Coming up the stairs. Fucking hell, seriously. Some big surf.
We got Lockie Kendall back with the weather.
Yeah, I was going to say, did he see Lockie Kendall in that storm?
That was Lockie Kendall.
I do miss Lockie's weather.
Yeah, we're getting back on for the
everyday blind.
Yeah. All right, Mills. It's been another great episode, my friend. I'll see you next week, eh?
See you next week, brother. Have a good day.
I'm going straight to bed.
Fitness tonight.
Going straight to bed. All right.
Catch you, bud.
Hooroo, brother. Keep it real. Nah, thanks, Mills, eh? Thanks, Mills. Great day. Great. Fucking hell.